tere, head ühistegevuse pooltunni vaatajad! Oleme alustamas teist hooaega ning samuti nagu esimeses hooajas plaanime jätkata ühistegelike organisatsioonide külastustega ning nende tegevuse tutvustamisega. Saate esimeses avasaates oleme külas Ameerika hoiulaenuühistutel ning teeme intervjuid nende tippjuhtidega. Uurime, kuidas on Ameerika hoiulaenuühistute süsteem arenenud ning kas sellel on ka ühisosa Eesti hoiulaenuühistute süsteemiga. Head vaatamist! Esimene hoiulaenuühistu Ameerikas avas oma uksed juba 1909. aastal. Täna on Ameerikas ligi 7000 hoiulaenuühistut ning kogu sektori varade maht üle $1 triljoni. Hoiulaenuühistute omanikeks on 96 miljonit liiget. See tähendab, ligi kolmandik Ameerika rahvastikust kasutab hoiulaenuühistute pakutavaid finantsteenuseid. Olgu selleks siis hoiustamine, laenamine, arveldusteenused või Ameerikas endiselt levinud tšekkidega seotud toimingud. Ühistegevuse pooltunnil õnnestus külastada ühte suurt Ameerika hoiulaenuühistut, mis loodi juba 1929. aastal. Jutt käib Bayporti hoiulaenuühistust, mis algselt asutati laevatehase töötajate ning nende perekondade finantsvajaduste täitmiseks. Hilisemalt hakkas ühistu vastu võtma liikmeid territoriaalsuse printsiibi alusel. Täna on ühistu liikmeskond arvuliselt võrreldav Tartu linna elanike arvuga, ehk ühistusse kuulub ligi 103 000 liiget. Uurisime ühistu pikaaegselt juhilt, mis on hoiulaenuühistu eelised teiste finantsasutuste ees.
Fact that members own credit unions, they're a member-owned cooperative, that they're pooling their money to help other members, I think is very beneficial, something they can belong to. We have a large annual meeting. We generally have about somewhere in the neighborhood of 1,500 people that attend our annual meeting. So they feel a part of the credit union. They feel like they've got a voice in that credit union. And I think that has its advantages over just belonging to a bank where you have no voice whatsoever. We try to get our members involved in committees and education committee members and getting them as involved with the credit unions as we can. And I think that sense of ownership is a real advantage for us.
7. rahvusvaheline ühistegevuse põhimõte näeb ette hoolitsust kogukonna arengu eest. Uurisime, kas seda põhimõtet ka Bayporti hoiulaenuühistus rakendatakse.
Our particular credit union is very, very active in the community. We have each branch has a charity that they are involved with, and they work hard with that particular charity, whether it's a cancer type charity, whether it's Alzheimer's type, and they all have their own charities they get involved with. Then as a credit union as a whole, we get very, very involved with some of the local museums that are local. Certainly, we have a nautical museum. We also have an aerospace museum that we are involved with, and but we feel like it's our duty to be involved in the community, have our staff involved in the community when we think that builds loyalty with our community. And then when I know all the time I'll be in places and I'll have somebody tell me, gosh, you're with Bayport Credit Union. You guys are everywhere. You're involved with everything. And that's really good to hear. We try to be involved as best we can. You gotta pick and choose to some degree because you can't do everything for everybody. But certainly the large events, I know I'm active on several community boards, and we try to get all our VPs active in community boards and show the community that we really care.
Teatavasti on finantsmaailmas olnud viimastel aastatel üsna keerulised ajad. Sellega seoses küsisimegi, millised on hoiulaenuühistute ees seisvad peamised väljakutsed?
Certainly continue to try to gain market share. It's so competitive out there, getting people to move and join today. So many people have relationships with financial institutions, and they get those electronic relationships, they get bill pay, they get their direct deposit. Getting them to move today is getting more and more difficult, and getting members to come in. It seems like they have to have a problem with that financial institution before they move and come to us. So growing members is extremely difficult. We've had some success with some of the problems some of the banks in the United States have had, and that certainly has helped in a long ways. But getting new members, growing loans, and and having control over delinquencies and charge-offs because of the economy. And it's improved tremendously. And luckily, our credit union didn't have much problem in that area. But controlling bad loans is always a concern. But really, truly, I think growing members today is a real challenge.
Võrdlusena Eestisse tulles võib öelda, et Eesti hoiulaenuühistute sektor on viimastel aastatel jõudsalt kasvanud ning hoiulaenuühistud on muutumas ka Eesti inimeste seas üha populaarsemaks. Näiteks Eesti suurima Tartu hoiulaenuühistu hoiuste mahud on aastaga rohkem kui 3-kordistunud. Tartu hoiulaenuühistul on täna peaaegu 1000 liiget ning iga päevaga liitub üha uusi huvilisi, kes soovib oma finantsasju ajada kodumaises rahasutuses. Kuid miks inimesed üldse pankade asemel hoiulaenuühistu poole pöörduvad? Uurisime seda Bayporti hoiulaenuühistu vanemasepresidendilt ja finantsjuhilt.
Well, I think they're looking for an alternative. They're looking for a different option, particularly in the business banking world. I think for a while their credit got really tight during the recent downturn in the economy in 2008, 9, and 10, and we gained quite a bit of share for us in business banking because of tight credit, and we had money to lend. We continued to lend throughout the crisis, and we underwrite well, and so we were able to gain a little share there in both deposits and loans. For consumers, we are a better deal. Our services tend to be less expensive, and our loan rates tend to be better, and we service members quite well, whether they have $5 in their account or whether they have $100,000 in their account. We pride ourselves on treating the consumer very well.
Pankade puhul on tavaline, et headel aegadel, kui päike paistab, on kõik sõbrad. Kuid kui tekib majanduslangus ning pankade kasumid satuvad ohtu, tuleb kasumite hoidmise nimel järsku ettevõtjate finantseerimine lõpetada. Selline järsk muudatus laenupoliitikas võib äriühingutele saada hukatuslikuks. Hoiulaenuühistud aga on kogu maailmas end tõestanud hea finantspartnerina ka rasketel aegadel ning selle tulemusena pole kahtlust, et väga paljud äriühingud on oma tegevusega saanud jätkata just tänu hoiulaenuühistute paindlikkusele ning inimlikule laenupoliitikale. See ei tähenda aga sugugi seda, et hoiulaenuühistu riskiks laenude väljastamisel rohkem. Selle tõestuseks võib tuua asjaolu, et hoiulaenuühistute pankrotid on väga harvad nähtused. Samal ajal kui pankade pankrott oli mõned aastad tagasi väga levinud nähtus. Millised on aga Ameerikas hoiulaenuühistuid vaevavad probleemid?
I think in the credit union movement it continues to be awareness. People don't understand still what credit unions are, what they do. I think in our case the word union they think of labor unions and some folks. It's amazing. We've been in existence for so long, our credit union 1928, and we still have a image problem, maybe. It would be a good way to put it. It's just people don't understand what credit unions do. Sometimes you meet people, a credit union, yeah, I've heard of that. But what do they do? So to a certain extent, it is our fault, the whole industry. We don't make the consumer aware enough of what credit unions are and what they do and how they can serve members.
Seega on riigis, kus ligi 1/3 rahvastikust kuulub mõnda ühistusse, endiselt probleeme rahva teadlikkusega. Lisaks väljaspoole ühistut suhtlemisele on ühistu puhul väga oluline suhtlus liikmetega. Sellest tulenevalt uurisime, kuidas toimub Bayportis kontakti hoidmine oma liikmetega.
Currently, and we've been doing this for so long, we send a quarterly newsletter to all of our members. We also send a monthly statement that has statement stuffers and flyers and all that type of stuff. But more importantly today, the younger generation is looking for communication through Facebook, Twitter.
Ameerikas teevad hoiulaenuühistud omavahel väga suures ulatuses koostööd. Ühe näitena võib tuua süsteemi, mida ameeriklased ise kutsuvad shared branchinguks. Eesti keelde tõlgituna võiks see kõlada kui ühine harukontorite võrgustik. Sisuliselt tähendab see seda, et ühe hoiulaenuühistu liige võib minna mõnda teise võrgustikuga liitunud hoiulaenuühistusse ning teostada seal kõiki põhilisi teenuseid, mida saab telleri abil teha. Näiteks kui Eestis oleks sama süsteem, saaks Kehtna hoiulaenuühistu liige Tartus olles teha oma Kehtna ühistust võetud laenu tagasimakset Tartu hoiulaenuühistu kontoris, kes selle siis ise võrgustiku vahendusel edasi kannaks. Mida kujutab jagatud harukontorite võrgustik endast lähemalt, uurisime juba 35 aastat Virginia hoiulaenuühistute liidus töötanud mehelt, kes praegu peab liidus asepresidendi ametit. Palusime tal alustuseks selgitada, mida kujutab endast ühine harukontorite võrgustik ning mis põhjusel see välja arendati.
Share branching was really developed in the United States about 30 years ago, and it was due to credit unions being branch poor. Banks had branches on every corner. Credit unions traditionally had normally one or two branches. So the technology was put together to where credit unions could share branches, where a credit union from one part of a state could go to a branch in another part, and instead of a credit union looking like it had one location, it had multiple locations within a given state.
Tänaseks on jagatud harukontorite võrgustikus ligi 5100 erinevat kontorit ning selles osaleb 1800 hoiulaenuühistut. Peamisteks toiminguteks võrgustikus on raha lisamine ning väljavõtmine kontolt, laenumaksete ja ülekannete tegemine, info konto ajaloo kohta. Tähelepanuväärne on, et ühine harukontorite võrgustik on USA-s suuruselt 3. Veel suurem esindatus kontorite mõttes on üksnes 2 Ameerika suurel pangal. Uurisime ka, kas ühise jagatud võrgustiku arendamisel kerkis üles ka mingeid turvaprobleeme.
Trust in going someplace else that was not your own branch where you knew the people. So we have policies in place, procedures to protect the credit union and the member when a transaction is done, and certain things have to be followed. And if they're not followed, the shared branch participant who took the transaction is totally responsible for any loss a member or a credit union may have due to not having proper security on the transaction.
Ühine harukontorite võrgustik on enda kasulikkust ilmutanud ka looduskatastroofide ajal. Näiteks kui orkaan Katrina ajal olid mõned hoiulaenuühistud sõna otseses mõttes vee all, said inimesed minna mõnda katastroofist räsimata piirkonna hoiulaenuühistusse ning seeläbi pääseda ikkagi tänu ühisele harukontorite võrgustikule oma kontodele ligi. Terry möönab, et ühiste harukontorite võrgustik põhineb suuresti usaldusel. Väga lihtne oleks ju teha reklaami mõne teise hoiulaenuühistu liikmele ning teda meelitada üle tulema. Terry kinnitab, et kuigi ajalukku tagasi vaadates võib mõne sellise juhtumi välja tuua, mõistavad süsteemis osalejad ühistud, et ülemeelitamine pole kellelegi kasulik. Usalduskokkuleppe rikkuja jaoks on tagajärg aga selge. Ta heidetakse võrgustikust välja. Terry sõnul on juba praegu trend, et võrgustiku osakaal väheneb uute tehnoloogiate kasutuselevõtu tõttu. Eelkõige peab ta silmas mobiilse panganduse kiiret pealetungi, kuid leiab sealjuures samuti, et võrgustik käib ajaga kaasas ning kohaneb vastavalt vajadusele. Paljud Virginia osariigis tegutsevad hoiulaenuühistud kuuluvad hoiulaenuühistute esindusorganisatsiooni, Virginia hoiulaenuühistute liitu. Mis on liidu ülesandeks, uurisime liidu presidendilt härra Rick Billolt.
Okay, we actually have what we call them core competencies, and we have 3 of those. And we've surveyed our member credit unions to determine what services they're looking for from us. So essentially, it's governmental affairs advocacy. So we lobby for credit unions for favorable laws in our capital here in Virginia, in Richmond, and we also lobby in Washington, D.C. for federal laws that are positive for our credit unions. So we do a lot of work in lobbying for laws. We do a lot of work with our federal and state legislators to make sure that they are aware of what credit unions do and how they serve their members so that they can pass favorable laws. Secondly, we're very heavily regulated by Washington, D.C. and by Richmond, and so there are a lot of compliance issues to regulations. So we provide compliance services to credit unions so that they have someone that can call and explain what the regulation means and how do I go about complying. And we do a lot of work in that area. The third work, we do education. board of directors, committee people, credit committee. We do training for those volunteers that are associated with the individual credit union. We also train CEOs and management staff and credit union employees. So we do a host of training. So essentially it's governmental affairs, compliance, and education.
Hoiulaenuühistud maksavad Virginia Hoiulaenuühistute Liidule liikmemaksu. Mitte kõik ühistud ei taha aga liitu astuda. Vahepeal on põhjuseks see, et nad tunnevad, et liit teeb oma tööd sõltumata nende liikmelisusest ning nad ei saa liikmemaksu maksmisest justkui midagi juurde. Kuivõrd aga hoiulaenuühistud üldiselt tunnetavad liidusuguse esindusorganisatsiooni vajalikkust, kelle töö seisneb suuresti hoiulaenuühistute esindamises seadusandlikul tasemel.
And I think most of our credit unions do understand that there needs to be some organization that's working on their behalf in Richmond and in Washington, D.C., because they very much understand that the for-profit banking system is lobbying against credit unions in Richmond and Washington, D.C. So if we didn't have a national association like the Credit Union National Association and an individual league like the Virginia Credit Union League for the Commonwealth of Virginia, I think they understand that the banking industry would get laws passed that would essentially put them out of business and hurt them in their ability to serve their members. So most credit unions, I think, understand that. Now, the larger credit unions obviously have more individuals that can get involved in the process and help us, because it's important for credit union people to do that, because the Virginia Credit Union League, we don't vote for the individual legislator, but the members that live in the legislator's district, they do, and they have that relationship. So the challenge is for us to get more individuals involved. I think they're aware of what we do, but sometimes there's a challenge to get them individually to make the commitment to do it themselves working with us.
Pankade jaoks on hoiulaenuühistud tülikad konkurendid, kuna üldjuhul on hoiulaenuühistute teenustasud väiksemad, hoiuseintressid kõrgemad ning laenuintressid madalamad. Seetõttu on ka mõistetav, et pankade lobijad teevad hoiulaenuühistute vastu propagandat ning püüavad seadusandjaid mõjutada sellise seadusloome vastuvõtmiseks, mis on hoiulaenuühistutele kahjulik. Uurisime liidu presidendilt, kuidas nad pankade vastu propagandaga toime tulevad.
Here in the Commonwealth of Virginia, the bankers, and we all make contributions to our legislators. The banks, for every dollar that we may make a contribution to our legislator, the banks are giving about $5. So they're out spending us 5-1. So if laws were passed in this country solely on the amount of money that was given to a legislator, credit unions lose. But the good news is we also have grassroots power. We have individual members, as I talked about, and that they can meet, and they know that those individuals vote. And the way our political system works, what trumps money is votes, because they got to have votes to get elected. So that helps us offset the bank's spending in contributions, but it still is a challenge, and we have to keep that in our forefront.
Kuidas aga kaasab liit hoiulaenuühistute liikmeid erinevatesse kampaaniatesse?
It's a lot of promotion material we put out. It's a lot of one-on-one. It's going out and meeting with their board of directors and CEOs to tell them the importance. We have a chapter system where local credit unions are part of a chapter of credit unions. We do a lot of programs at that. So it's a lot of material that goes out from this office. There's a lot of one-on-one meetings to get them involved. And at the end of the day, sometimes it only takes one key person at the credit union that says, I'm going to get involved, and then all of a sudden the CEO, the management team, and the board of directors are involved. And I will say, our research on this has said if the CEO at the credit union is involved politically, going to see their legislators, making contributions, the board and the staff that works for that individual is involved too. That's the key. Get the CEO at the credit union involved, and then the whole credit union gets involved. That's been our history.
Tundsime ka huvi, millised seadusandlikud muudatused on hetkel hoiulaenuühistute jaoks õhus?
The big challenge now, and we have just mounted through CUNA, our national association, Don't Tax My Credit Union. You know, credit unions don't pay corporate income taxes here in the United States, and that has been since our existence in 1934. So Congress is looking at rewriting the tax reform bill, and we have to make sure that credit unions maintain their corporate tax exemption. So that's the big issue for us right now, and we're mounting a big campaign for our members and credit unions to get involved and to write and call their congressmen and tell them, don't tax my credit union, because if you tax my credit union, you're not taxing the credit union, you're taxing the individual members who own the credit union. So that's the big issue. We also are trying to get a couple other bills passed that would allow credit unions to serve their members better, one of which is member business lending. I know that Tartu Credit Union, for example, is doing a lot of member business lending. We would like to do more of that in the United States as well. And so we've got a bill that would raise that limit and allow us to make more member business lending. And of course, our friends, the bankers, are opposed to that because of the competition. And then we have another bill, supplemental capital, which would allow us to raise capital from our members. And if we raise capital, then that allows us to provide other services at lower cost to our members. So tax reform, member business lending, supplemental capital, they're kind of three of our big legislative items right now.
Rick on olnud lobija juba väga pikka aega. Sellega seoses soovisimegi teada, mida on selle ameti juures kõige olulisem silmas pidada?
I would say the number one is you can't take no for an answer. You're going to talk to a lot of legislators, and they're going to tell you, no, we can't do that. We can't pass that bill. Bankers, some of them will tell you, bankers, they don't support that, so we're trying to do something that helps banks and credit unions. So you just have, it's just hard work. You have to say, I'm not going to take no for an answer, so I'm going to figure out another way to convince my congressman or my legislator to vote for credit unions, because at the end of the day, credit unions are doing the right thing for their members. And we wear what we call here in the United States the white hat. We're doing excellent service, and so you have to continually go back to them and tell them how credit unions are serving members in their district who vote for them, how they're getting a better financial deal because they are using a credit union. So I would say don't take no for an answer, and a lot of hard work. Keep at it.
Eesti Hoiulaenuühistute Liidul on koostööleping Virginia Hoiulaenuühistute Liiduga. Selle koostöö raames oli ka Tartu Hoiulaenuühistu juhatuse liikmel Erki Pisukesel võimalus ennast täiendada erinevates Ameerika hoiulaenuühistutes ning sealhulgas teha ka saatest nähtud intervjuid. Veel on kõnealuse koostöö raames Virginia Hoiulaenuühistu Liidu esindajad külastanud mitmeid kordi ka Eestit ning koos on asutatud ka ühisfirma Baltic Shared Services, mis tegeleb hoiulaenuühistutele arveldusplatvormi loomisega.
And obviously our partnership since 2008 with Estonia. What that has been for us, I think if you get involved in the credit union system, and whether or not you're a citizen of Estonia or the United States, it's all about helping people in their financial lives. And so I think you have a responsibility. We have a responsibility here in the Commonwealth of Virginia, not only to help our citizens in Virginia and help the United States citizens all around the United States. We have a responsibility. The world is getting smaller, and we have a responsibility to help others in another country realize some of the services that we have that they can serve. And in the case of Estonia, you know, that has a great history. It's been a very successful country for financial cooperatives and the credit cooperatives. And so we're delighted to see that renewed since 1992, and we're excited to see the growth there. So we've learned a lot about how to do some things with the partnership. So, you know, at the end of the day, it's all about feeling good about the industry you work in, and partnerships like this make you feel good that you're associated with credit unions.
Loodetavasti oli nähtud materjal Ameerika hoiulaenuühistutest eeskujuks ka Eestis tegutsevatele hoiulaenuühistutele, sest näitas see ju, et hoiulaenuühistud võivad kasvada väga suureks ning võivad omada väga suurt majanduslikku jõudu. Tänaseks aga kõik, järgmiste kohtumisteni!